Okay, next up we have Aftershock by OCTOPUS BEAK. And looks like his map fell apart. Oh crap. That's supposed to look like this. Let's have a look. I'm spawning up here. Oh, I see. He's just got straight running starts directly onto the court. Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. Oh wait, there is man cannons. Just a short throw man cannon. We'll have a look. You might want to lengthen that a bit. Well, let's just... Wait a sec. Let me just check out this area back here first. Yeah, it should be good. Should be good. Okay, let me just... Yeah, it should be fine. It's a little bit of a wimpy toss onto the court. You want him to feel a little more dynamic. So you don't have to do much. Just you have it coming out to about here. Just have it come out to not quite about a third, about like not halfway to center court. You see where this the speaker is here, this sound effects? Just fall a little bit short of that. Yeah, you want them to actually get flung onto the court, not just dropped on gently like that. Okay, starting at the top. Top containment looks good. You've used at least a couple of the prefabs, which is always good to see because it makes my job so much easier knowing that you've had a solid start. Upper containment looks good. I see 0 perches whatsoever. No obstructions up here, so that's pretty good. Your floor is grouped. That's definite no-no when you're grouping a floor, and this is a really good example. Why is here? Let me just ungroup them. See, I'll bet you this floor was perfect when you made it, and now that it's been grouped, things have shifted. I don't know if it was made like that, but when you group large groups lose precision. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a seam right here, and as I roll my monitor across it, see, I get hung up on it. See, that just means it indicates that it's not a perfectly smooth floor. So I would rebuild this floor and then just lock it. Don't group it. Yeah, see, it's terribly bumpy. That's weird. It looks bumped. Oh, I see. There's just a gap between here. It's not a bump, but it's a gap. It doesn't take much to build a floor. If you look at my one of my later videos, it was called building a template on Eden or whatever, and there's a tutorial for making a perfectly smooth, perfectly flat floor, and takes about a minute to do it. And when you get it into place, you don't group it. You just put it in place and you lock it and never touch it again. Okay. While you're there, you might want to redo this ring. It's sticking through the invisible blocker, and that will create a bump as well. Very minor, but you can see my monitor does get caught up on it when I try to roll past it. I do get caught on it. So that just means that if a player slides, they want to slide into the goal. And they're sprinting, they want to, or not sprinting, but whatever, they want to slide here, it's going to kick them out of the slide because just the slightest bump like that can kick a character out of a slide. So make sure that you might just need to, what I typically do when they're sticking out like that is the first thing I do is I go to Object Properties, I go to the Rotation Snap, and I just go through each one once, and for some reason, oh, never mind. That was my bad. I'm sorry. I had my rotation snap on 45. I just leave it at 1 or 5. So that's all that's happened here is... sorry about that. What's happened here is I meant to do a short throw rotation on that, and it changed into a big one. Rotation. Yeah, you just go through like this, and that should make it even, and then you just go move it down 1 unit. Okay. And then do the same with the next one. You take it through its rotation. and then you put its position down one. There you go. Very nice. So you see that makes it nice and even and squared up. There you go. So that fixes that. Okay. What else have we got here? Right. You've used the. That should be good. Your wall hops don't overlap, or very, very little, so that's good. That should mean they work perfectly without any dead zones. Yeah, they work perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with your wall hops whatsoever. Okay, there is a little bit of a problem. It's nothing major. But these beams here, although they look like they're inside this invisible blocker, you can feel it when you're in here in forge mode. I'm going to press the B button or the A button, go down, and you bump into them. So they're actually, even though they look like they're inside the invisible blocker, the actual collision is sticking through the invisible blocker. And see, watch what happens when I go to jump on these things here. See, it kind of kicks me off the wall when I jump. See? You try to jump up and you bump your head on this and it knocks you off. So just move them back just a touch, just so that they're off the, they don't interfere with jumping. Spawns, standard, look good. Floor is good, other than the few little things that I noticed, and the fact that you have to rebuild it, which takes 2 minutes. These... Yeah, I would just simply put, if anything sticks out from these invisible blockers, just turn on your Z fighter, drop it down until it's under the floor. There we go. Very simple. Just make sure nothing is actually poking through your floor. That should be perfectly fine. I think that's it for this. I don't see any other issues. You may want to... Oh, that is cement, correct? Is that... Concrete, sorry. Yeah, I was going to say that... I don't know, the... Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. I was going to say it didn't quite look right with the rest of your map, but it matches a lot of the other textures and that, so... Yeah, that's fine. Oh, and does the court actually fall apart when you win the game? That would be really cool. I guess I'll have to try it in a custom game. But with scripting now, I from what I've heard, you can make it so that when the final round is scored, everything turns to normal physics. So I'd just be curious. Oh, a bit of Z fighting here you might want to eliminate right there. And I think that's it. Frame rate looks solid. Haven't noticed any dips whatsoever, so you've got that under control. 1,229 pieces is okay, I guess. Higher than I would go, but still that's fine. Yeah, everything's nicely spread out, so you don't have to worry about... well, I'd have to worry about that, but everything's nicely spread out. Yeah, okay, I think that's it for this technical review. Just get those few things sorted out. Let me know when you get them repaired, and we'll move your cord into round 2. Thanks for watching.